All right, let's talk about what's next, because we're on the verge of a technology that is going to completely redefine how we interact with our computers. We've gone from talking to our AI assistants to pretty much giving them the keys to the car. So let's dive into the wild world of AI agents. Think about it. Right now, when you use AI, you give it a command and it gives you back a result. You ask it to write an email and bam, there's a draft. You tell it to find some information, it spits back a summary. It's an incredible tool for sure. But what if you didn't have to micromanage every single step? What if you could just give it a goal and let it run? And that right there is the promise. We are moving from a world where we just operate tools to a world where we actually collaborate with teammates. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is the era of the AI agent. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll define what an AI agent actually is and what makes it so different. Then we're going to peek under the hood a little to see how they think. After that, we'll look at some real-world examples, explore the huge impact this is going to have on work, and finally, we'll look ahead at what's coming next. Okay, so first things first, what is the key difference between the AI we're all using today and a true AI agent? Well, it all comes down to moving way, way beyond simple commands. This slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you have an AI tool. It's like a fantastic intern. You give it a very specific task, write this email. And it does exactly that, no more, no less. But an AI agent, that's more like a project manager. You give it a broad goal. Hey, get this meeting with Sarah on the books. And it just figures out all the steps. It's going to check your calendar, check Sarah's, propose a few times, send the invite, maybe even handle the back and forth negotiating. It's a huge shift from giving an instruction to defining an intention. Okay, so that naturally leads to the big question, right? How does an agent actually think for itself? To wrap our heads around that, let's think of it as a kind of digital teammate. Yeah, this digital teammate idea is really the key. I mean, think about any good teammate you've had. They aren't just sitting around waiting for orders, right? They're proactive. They get the big picture, the objective, and then they use their own skills and tools to help the team get across the finish line. It's a genuine partner in the process. So this is basically how it works. It's core loop. First, it perceives. It scans your digital world, your emails, your calendar, relevant apps, just to get the lay of the land, to understand the context. Then it plans. It takes that big goal you gave it and breaks it down into a multi-step strategy. And finally, and this is the part that feels like magic, it executes. It actually goes and uses the software on your computer, a web browser, your calendar, whatever it needs to carry out that plan, step by step, until the job is done. All right, so all of this sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? Let's check out some AI agents that are already out there in the wild, tackling a pretty incredible range of tasks. And the spectrum of what they can do is just huge. An agent can book your entire vacation. And I don't just mean finding a flight. I mean comparing layover times, checking hotel reviews, and making sure your hotel is actually close to your meetings. Or get this. An agent could do market research by scraping competitor websites, analyzing social media chatter, and then drafting a full SWOT analysis, all while you're asleep. It could be your personal chief of staff, managing your inbox, summarizing crazy email chains, and even declining meetings that conflict with your big priorities. For developers, an agent could find a bug, write the code to fix it, and then submit the patch for a human to review. It's a massive, massive leap in what's possible. So this obviously brings us to the biggest implication of all. How is this going to change the way we actually work? Because we're not talking about a tiny little efficiency boost here. We are looking at a fundamental shift in what productivity even means. Yeah, just look at this number. Early projections are pointing to some staggering figures. A potential productivity gain of 40% or even more is on the table. To put that in perspective, that's like getting 2 extra workdays every single week. This isn't just about automating boring, repetitive tasks anymore. This is about automating entire complex workflows, which frees up human brains for higher-level, strategic, creative problems. This quote just nails it. For decades, our relationship with computers has been pretty simple. We're the operator, it's the tool. We tell the machine exactly what to do. While AI agents are flipping that entire script, we are now walking into an era of true collaboration, where we work alongside these digital teammates to get things done. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's look out to the horizon. This technology is, believe it or not, still in its early days, but it's moving at an absolutely incredible speed, and we're only just beginning to see where this is all headed.
If you take just one thing away today, let it be this. Our entire relationship with technology is changing, right now. We are moving from being operators to being collaborators, from giving these super detailed instructions to defining ambitious goals. It is a profound shift that is going to touch every single part of our digital lives.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating and frankly critical question to chew on. As these agents get more and more autonomous, if one makes a big mistake, say in a business deal or booking your travel, who's responsible? Is it the agent? Is it you? That's one of the really important questions we're all going to have to answer as we build this new future of work together. Thanks for joining.